Video on how we do assemblies in Wunderbuild. So if you go to your settings menu here, you'll see under assemblies all the assemblies that you've got within the system. So what I do is I like to create these first in Excel because it just gives me a consistent format then to upload them into Wunderbuild. So if we go to assembly list, import assemblies, you'll see it gives you the option to import in from Excel. So what you want to do is create your own template in Excel. So this is the format that you need to use in terms of the columns and the header titles in order for it to import correctly into Wunderbuild. So what I do is I first create this as a template in Excel with these headers and these columns. And then what I do is I like to create the actual assembly or recipe in a separate Excel sheet just so I can do my workings correctly. So in this example, we're going to do waffle slab materials. So there's a few different areas that you need to calculate to break it down in order to get the takeoff information from Wunderbuild when you're doing that takeoff. But for this example, let's just say we're going to do an assembly for the slab area materials. So for the slab area, we've got waffle pods that we need. And what I do is, so I'll work this out. Obviously, I've got all the formulas for how many waffle pods we need per square meter, which is 1.51, and then how many four-way spaces we need, which is 1.4. And again, this is referencing back to our square meters. So what you need to do is when you're doing an assembly in Wunderbuild is you need to work out, okay, well, what's the takeoff measurement that we're going to be capturing in our takeoff, which will then convert to give us our recipe for those slab materials or whatever recipe or assembly you're doing. So you can see at the top here, we've got this heading. It's called Waffle Slab Area Materials. Cost type is material, and then unit of measure is square meters. So this is the main one that relates back to the takeoff. And then going back to our workings, what we want to do is work everything out based on 1 square meter. So then based on the results that it spits out here from my workings, we can take that and know that, okay, for every 1 square meter of slab area, we need 0.66 waffle pods. Based on that 0.66, we need half of 1 or 0.5 four-way spaces. We need 0.2 two-way spaces. Trench mesh, that relates to edge beams, so we'll leave that out. And then we need these bar chairs, so we need two bar chairs for every 0.66 of waffle pods. What else do we need here? So deformed bar, we need 0.28 of a 6 meter length for every 0.66 waffle pods. So you can see that formula relates back to this waffle pod calculation. Trench mesh, I think, has to do with edge beams. It does. And then your slab mesh or your square mesh, we need for every 1 square meter of slab area, we need 0.08 of a sheet of this square mesh. So this 6 by 2.4 meter SL82 mesh, we need 0.08 of one of these sheets. So yeah, first thing, work out all your formulas and how you're going to come to your calculation for the assembly. And then pretty much what we do is we just take these workings that's based on 1 square meter and we add that to our assembly template that we're going to import into Wunderbuild, and we plug those figures into this quantity column here. So waffle pods for every square meter, we need 0.66, and again that relates to this calculation here. What else is there? So the 4-way spaces and the 2-way spaces, half and 0.5 and 0.2. So let's double check that. 0.5 and 0.2. Then we had bar chairs, so we need 2 for every square meter. Let's double check that. So 2 for every square meter. And then our deformed bar at 6 meter lengths, 0.28. Let's double check that. 0.28 for deformed bar. This is just an extra one here which you'll have to work out in this assembly anyway, for the slab, for each particular slab, in terms of the principal ribs and re-entrant corners where you need those extra, that extra Y bar. So this you can plug in manually yourself in Wunderbuild when you're working it out for a particular job. And this one, that square mesh, so 0.08. So if we go back here, we can see that's 0.08 for every square meter. So again, we're just working this out as a separate exercise in Excel, or at least that's how I like to do it, to make sure I'm getting the workings correct. And then we plug these figures into our template, our import template that's going to go into Wunderbuild. And then again, it's always based on for every square meter of slab area. These are the quantity of slab area materials we need. So make sure you get these headings correct. So this is your main assembly heading. This also gets copied into the top of the item name here, and then for each item, make sure that header name is the same all along here. You can add in SKU numbers here if it relates to the materials for whichever supplier you're getting them from. I just tend to leave that blank, but you can add them in. Just put a yes here in this top one and leave the rest blank here. There's no need to carry this down. This is just for the cost type at the top here, which you add in that it's a material cost type. And then, so again, this unit of measure here relates to your takeoff, and all these unit of measure items relate to these individual materials. So number of waffle pods, number of spaces, number of bar chairs, and then each 6 meter length of deformed bar, and each square mesh piece. Yeah, hence how you would name these based on the unit of measure. You can leave this column blank and this column blank, and just make sure you've got quantity increment per unit of measure as 1, or at least that's what I've been doing, and that's how it's been importing correctly, based on the methodology I use when I'm building out my assemblies to import into Wunderbuild. So then what you do within Wunderbuild is, if I go to Wunderbuild here, again, so we go to import assemblies, and we can just drag this this over into here, and then just match those column header titles like this. And then we hit import, and you can see here it imported it here. So if we click on this, we'll go to edit. You can see, yeah, it brings it in correctly. And then once you go to do your costing, you can just call up this assembly. Then you can call up the takeoff that you did for the slab area, and all you need to do is enter in those, or it'll automatically pick up that you've done the takeoff for square meters for slab area, and then based on that square meterage, it'll automatically calculate the quantities of these materials that you need. Hey, it's Theo here. If you found that video helpful, please make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe button, which helps to support the channel so that I can keep making more of these videos. And don't forget that if you haven't yet signed up for Wunderbuild, I'm offering a full day setup, a copy of my brand new book, as well as my entire Builder's Software Toolbox package, all for free when you sign up for Wunderbuild through my affiliate link. So check out the description below for all the info, and thanks for watching.